Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be doing technical analysis on big and mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And there is still 20% off if you join annually. Now, let's talk about the market. Well, if I can recall, and if you guys actually watched that video I made over the weekend on big mega cap stocks and also on overall stock market, and how I talked about it that yes, we're getting that pullback, but do not count Trump out from, walking back and saying, hey, everything is fine. We're going to go and pause or some sort of a deal coming out. And boy, oh boy, was I right actually on that. Well, this man came out. Well, first of all, we saw it on X that EU members posting that they had a good conversation with Trump, and there is going to be a pause or some sort of a delay, and then they're going to work out a deal, just like Chinese, right? Chinese was the big threat, right? Huge tariff on China. And now, I mean, it's down and pretty much nowhere to be found. Now, I know these will come back, on and off and all that, because that's how you create a dip and use a catalyst to drop the market and then buy the dip, right? And the news came out over the weekend, 3-day weekend, and we saw the Dow future jumped nearly 500 points. And from there, the rest is history. And the bears are underwater right now. They cannot even breathe anymore. I mean, look at the pump. Dow is up 1.78%, Nasdaq up 2.47%, S&P up over 2%, Russell going up over 2.5%, 11 sectors all in the green, risk on move, technology leading the way on top. Stock market map, well, big names are up big. Meta up over 2%, Google nearly 3%, Tesla 7% almost, Amazon up 2.50%, Apple same thing. And then you got Microsoft going up almost close to all-time highs, and Nvidia, they do have earnings coming out tomorrow night, but so far this thing is front running and already up close to all-time highs. Only I think like $7 to $10 away. So Nvidia definitely something to watch tomorrow night, whether it's going to make this market and get this market even higher, or it's going to break the market by getting us a big drop tomorrow night, or maybe it just goes flat because you never know. I mean, it can just go flat. It might be priced in already, right? We don't know. And then we got financial also doing great today. Big banks are up on the day and pretty much green across the board. And now let's have a look at Apple. On Apple, stock is up 2.53%, and look at the jump here on Apple. Over 198, we got over 200, so it's looking good, and it's looking, really nice for a setup back up to these gaps at some point. So Apple is another one. You guys see one play here in this video, but Apple is one of those plays that I got shares and even calls on this drop. So that position is going green and really well right now, and these are not something that's going to expire anytime soon, and the shares I'm not selling here or even at 207. I have higher price targets on Apple to sell those shares. And once again, I mean, what can go wrong with buying Apple, guys? Absolutely nothing. So Apple here, 198 key support for tomorrow, but if this thing pushes and gets over this blue line 5-day moving average, which is sitting at 201, it can push really quickly up to 207 to 210 to close this gap, and from there we can talk about more upside. Now the downside here on Apple, 198 gives up. We might be landing down here at the lower band right here, which is close to 193, 192, and then we also have support at 190. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. And I just want to quickly share a fantastic trade idea here in this video, guys. Right here you can see, so this was from Friday morning, and you can see Friday we had a gap down 5/23 2025, 9:33 a.m. I was live for a couple of minutes on Friday, and these calls we took near the lows, 605 strike for August 15th, and that position is up over 20% right now on that higher low pullback. So if you're really serious about trading and you want to get all these types of trade ideas, I did share some more trade ideas that we took and we locked in profit on my stock market update. So you're more than welcome to watch that video. And if you're really serious about it and you want to get all these trade ideas, and I'm talking about only serious people that are really into the market and they want to make a future out of trading, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And if you go for annual membership, you still get some discount, but that 40% off is now over because we had a special on Memorial Day up until yesterday, and now that is over. But there is still, you get about 20% off joining annually here. And this is the tier you want to join, Premium Plus. And only, like I said, if you're serious about trading, then go ahead and check it out. That link will be down in the description, guys. On Google, stock is up 2.59%. So Google was fantastic here for the day, up over $4, and looks like it's heading up for 176. We almost got there today, and then maybe even up to this gap. So there is plenty of still upside left on Google stock. If you're not in, and I mean, there was a chance on Friday, guys. There was a chance, and now it's pretty much gone. So now 170, your key line is in, but if this thing pushes, the next stop 176 and then 181. Well, just under 181, this gap right up here. On Amazon stock, it's up 2.5%. So Amazon also another one that we are still in, and we actually bought more on Friday, and now it's doing really well. And looks like we might be going for this gap 209-ish right here early as tomorrow if Amazon continues this rally. And from there, it can go up to 212, maybe even 216. Now to the downside, if this thing gives up, the support 203, then the next support at 200, 198, 5-day moving average, and then we got this gap down here which can act as a support, 194.69 on Amazon. On AMD, it's up 3.85%. So when I do this analysis, obviously it's not for just paid Patreon members. Yes, these people are sponsoring these videos, and I thank them and appreciate them for doing that. But it's for everybody, right? As long as you have a game plan, you can always make money. And why I make that point, because just a couple days ago, I was talking about if this thing comes back, 110 holds, maybe slightly undercuts 110, and if you get in and you can hold on to it, you can make a ton of money trading AMD. And look at what happened. Came in, slightly undercutting 110, and look at what happened today, 115. So if you caught this move, let me know in the comment section. It was fantastic. As we expected, this thing pulled back, held the support, and now we're going back up and over the 5-day moving average. Extremely bullish. 112 holding. This thing can move up to 118, 122. 112 gives up. We left a gap open here today, so there will be a gap down here at 111, and there is support also at 110, 107, 20-day moving average, and then 103.54. The only concern is Nvidia's earning tomorrow night, and that could lead to a big sell-off here on AMD, or maybe even a big pop, depending on what the earnings are. Microsoft is up 2.33%, so this thing gapped up today. So there is a gap at 454-ish, and now it's over 455, almost getting up to that the next range, which is at 464, 465. So that is the next upside target here on Microsoft. But if there is some sort of a pullback, there will be a strong support at 455. Below that, gap fill reversal can act as a support 453.69. And then there is also support at 447, 441, 435. On Tesla stock, it's up nearly 7%. So we talked about it in my video. This was a flag. This is another flag right here. You can see, and we gapped up today and got over this, flag pattern. And I mean, there is a bunch of gaps down here, but if you guys remember, and the people that are watching my videos regularly and subscribe to my channel, you will know exactly. A couple days ago, I did mention in my video that there's a lot of calls coming in, 370, 390, and all that. And boy, oh boy, did those actually get paid? Well, absolutely, because you can see we're getting pretty much, I mean, not we are as we are, these people that actually bought these calls, they are getting paid. It's going pretty much in the money, 370 here as we speak. So it's over 362. You can see, I mean, it took it out like butter. There was nothing there. And then the next stop is 375. But if we get some sort of a retracement back down to this gap, watch out right here. This can act as a support, 343 and then 330. And at one point, this thing will likely to get a big pullback, but I just don't know. I mean, it's not really exhausted. I mean, RSI is getting up there, guys. So I would be careful, especially new money long. Again, Tesla can stay overbought. It can go up even more. But as a retail trader, investor, and traded Tesla so many times, when it's up, let it go. Don't try to chase it. If you try to chase it, you might end up holding a bag. And there's a lot of people that are subscribed to my channel, and maybe some people are Patreon members. They know where they bought the stock before at 300, 280, 400, and then they had to just wait and wait and wait, and it was like never ending. So the dips will come. We just have to wait for that. Right now, there is no trade on Tesla unless you're really good at scalping and you can chase and you can get out exactly, what you're doing. Then yes, you can go for it. So Netflix going up 2.21%, and we blasted through 1200, and now look at this, 1211 now. Another brand new all-time high. So if this thing wants to push higher, trading into blue skies, it can definitely go. But things are really extremely overbought here on the stock. And if this thing pulls back now, there will be support at 1200. There is a gap today from today. We gapped up 1191. That's going to act as a support. Then there is more support down here at 1170, 1163, and then we can talk about possibly rolling over and coming down and closing, some of these gaps to the downside, and possibly even retest a lower Bollinger Band at 1101. So Netflix extremely overbought. Just to give you guys a quick glimpse, monthly chart, I mean, it's getting there, guys. 82 on the RSI, and this thing just kept cranking up and going higher. There is negative divergence right here on the RSI. On weekly, you can see a high, lower high, and a lower high here, and the stock is making higher highs pretty much into highest high in the trend count. So definitely something to watch, where this thing can get a pullback any day, any moment, as things are just grinding and going higher on Netflix. On Meta, it's up 2.43%, and you can see Meta just grinding and going higher. This was pretty much a bull flag pattern, and now it's over 638. So that means one thing, it can go higher up to 664, 682. This thing breaks under 638. There is a gap from today at 632, which can act as a support, and then strong support down here at the 20-day moving average, 615. And there is also a gap down here, which can act as a support, 607 on Meta. On Nvidia stock, it's up 3.21%. So this mini shallow pullback just bought up immediately. And you can see, I mean, we talked about it in my video over the weekend that this is a bull flag pattern. And now we're going back up to 136 almost today. If this thing breaks that tomorrow or at some point after releasing earnings, then it's heading back up to all-time highs. That is all I know, and possibly even higher. Now, am I actually bullish on earnings from Nvidia? Not really, because of what they said before. But obviously, I mean, Elon Musk and this guy Jensen, it's really hard to predict what they're gonna say. It could be a bad earnings where he's going to present these earnings, in a better way where Nvidia will pop. So it's really a 50-50 chance if you're actually going for that. So I don't like to make any guesses. We'll see how that plays out tomorrow. 136 breaks, then it's heading higher, possibly up to 142 to 144.56. 136 does not break, then watch out for the key support 130 and then 200 SMA right here at 126 on Nvidia. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll definitely keep you guys updated going into tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody.